Welcome, fellow compumans, and welcome to my 100th video. It is finally here, the video, the Q&A you guys have all been waiting for. We only got about 4 questions, 1 comment from one of you guys, but I do thank everybody who does comment on my videos. It's always awesome to hear from you guys. Also, real quick, I want to say that this video is not just to celebrate my 100th video on my channel. No, this video is also to help celebrate the long overdue celebration of 100 subscribers, which we are now at right now. Last I checked, 153 subscribers. So, to all 153 of you, I thank you. First one comes from Atome. And just real quick, a little disclaimer, if I say any of your guys' names wrong, forgive me, I'm sorry. I'll try my best, but maybe you guys can help me out with it down in the comments down below. Automay, congrats on having 100 vids on your channel. Thank you so much, Automay. I hope you stick around for many more videos to come. Many more 100 videos, many more thousands of videos, hopefully, to come on this channel of ours. And Il Gladiator, have you ever been to a concert? What do you think of Ghost BC? If you don't know, that's a band that, as of recent, has made some pretty big headways in rock and roll metal music, and they got a very unique look, and I'll get to them here real quick. And what is my favorite baby metal solo, guitar solo? Well, I have been to a concert. Now, it's kind of flippy because people say that the first concert that I feel like I've actually been to isn't actually a concert, it's more of a performance, and the first concert that I actually went to was an actual concert. So let me get into this. The first concert that I feel that was actually a concert that I went to was Trans-Siberian Orchestra. That was, I mean, I guess you could say it's more of a performance, seeing as they are considered an orchestra and they are an orchestra. But I also kind of look at it as a concert because they got the pyrotechnics, they got the guitars, they got singers, they got all of that. So I don't know. You could kind of look at it as a concert performance in that way. But if you want to look at it the other way, my first concert that has been kind of considered my first concert was actually ZZ Top. None other than the legendary rock band themselves, ZZ Top. Either way you want to look at it, I look as TSO as my first concert, but I guess you could also look at it as a performance and my first concert to ZZ Top. So it's a little flippy in the air, depending on how you want to look at it. And what do I think of Ghost BC? You know, in all honesty, I've heard about them. I've barely listened to their music. I mean, I've listened a little bit to them, and they got a very interesting look. Like, most of the time, the only thing you see of them is the lead singer in the Ghost Pope outfit, as it were. Ghost BC is really not something that I'm too familiar with yet, so I really can't say what my personal opinion is of them. I just know from images I've seen and from certain little clips of their music that I've heard, um, that they got they got their own sound going, they got their own gimmick going for them, and it's working so far for them. You know, they are creating a name for themselves. What's my favorite baby metal solo? Hmm. Well, you guys know how I feel about the Megitsune solo. That drop of that guitar into that just craziness that it gets kicked into. That one is, I've always considered that one to be, it's a short one, but I have considered it to be my favorite baby metal solo. because it always, every time I hear it, I get chills. I think the only other one that could top it for me would be the beginning solo to Yui to Moa Metal's Chakotay Love. That opening solo is just absolutely crazy. Like it gets the way that the song starts out and then it kicks up into that very metal hard sound while keeping a very popish sound to it with the guitar being there. It's just a very cool mix of the two, but it's a very hard fight for me to say because I'm a when it comes to guitar solos, especially on Baby Metal's side, I fight with myself because from the Megitsune solo to even the live solos from like Rondo of Nightmares, Budokan Open. When I first saw that one, that was cool how they had all three of them in that circle and they all got to play their respective, the guitars played, the bass played. It was amazing, but in all honesty, I would have to still say that the Megitsune short solo is still my personal favorite. P.S. Keep up the good work, man. Hashtag the one. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your questions. Joe's Lag. You asked what was my first J-pop group that I got into. Yours was Puffy Ami Yumi. In all honesty, I didn't really listen to a whole lot of J-pop before I came across Baby Metal. And the first Baby Metal song that I actually legitimately came across was Ine. When I heard that, I was like, wow, this is amazing. I absolutely love this stuff. I'm probably surprised you guys in a little bit of a way, but yeah, Baby Metal was actually the first part J-pop group that I got into, part J-pop, part metal, and they're not the first ones that introduced me to J-pop. Like I heard a lot of J-pop before them, but I just didn't really. At first, it didn't really catch on. I was in that space of being closed-minded, and then once I heard Ine and just how they took it from rock, J-pop, rap, and heavy metal, and they blended all those into one song, and they took you down the adventure of how all of those different genres could make such an awesome song, and we will get to Ine eventually. Count on that. But yeah, I'd have to say Baby Metal because there really isn't any other group beyond Baby Metal that I can remember hearing before them. So it might come as a surprise that there wasn't a J-pop group before Baby Metal, but there wasn't. Baby Metal was the one that actually got into my ears, and Ine was the reason why I became a Baby Metal fan. Surprisingly enough, Ine is what caught me into the awesomeness and the epicness and the radness that is Baby Metal. If I say your name wrong, I am sorry. I've I'm hoping that I say it right. Um, Miss Marie. If I said your name wrong, I am truly sorry. You asked. This is great. There are a couple of questions I've always wanted to ask you, except baby metal and music. I noticed that you are playing a WWE game. For those of you who don't know, I am playing right now WWE 2K16 on my channel in a dream match series between Undertaker and Sting. For anybody who is a wrestling fan, go ahead, check it out, see if you like it. If not, that's okay. It's not for everybody, I understand. Cheap plug, I know. Do you like WWE? Actually, I am a big fan of WWE. I haven't seen it recently, but I love the time when The Rock, Steve Austin, and Triple H, Attitude Era guys, were very strong. They are great. If you also like WWE, who is your favorite wrestler? Additionally, please let me know about my top 10 animes. Okay, so, Marie, Anata wa Aroko Kamo Sharimasen. For those of you who do not speak Japanese and are learning it like myself, that is, this might surprise you. So, anybody out there, this might surprise you about me, but I am a WWE fan. I have been a big WWE fan my entire life. It's something that has carried from my childhood into my adulthood. I'm 23 now, and I'm still a huge WWE fan. It's in my blood. It's always been a part of me. It will continue to be a part of me. In fact, this might surprise you even more. I actually, still to this day, hold a dream of being a part of WWE in some form or way, whether it be commentary. The ultimate dream for me would be to actually be in the ring. Yeah, I've always loved it since the Attitude Era days. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Kurt Angle, who plenty of emotions are going through me right now because just yesterday or last night they held their Hall of Fame induction ceremony and Kurt Angle got in there, so still plenty of emotions while I'm recording this video going back through that history when I was a kid watching Kurt Angle wrestle, and just awesome. It was a great wrestler and still is to this day. He still does perform. So I'm hoping, as are a lot of other WWE fans, that we get to see him back in the ring or at least in a GM spot. Hopefully. Who is my favorite WWE wrestler? Well, this is something that I unfortunately break down into categories. And it's only two categories. It's my all-time favorite wrestler and my current wrestler. The all-time favorite wrestler is actually home to a spot of two guys. Two guys who, beyond a shadow of a doubt, still to this day, they're actually in the Dream Match series, Undertaker and Sting. Now, Undertaker more so than Sting. I've always been an Undertaker fan, and Sting, while I've always been a fan of Sting, it didn't really catch on to me until later on in my life. Um, but I've always had a great respect for both of those performers. But Undertaker, without a shadow of a doubt, has always been my all time favorite. But the thing is, my current favorite WWE wrestler, there's two people who could hold a candle to this spot. And that is Shinsuke Nakamura and Asuka. Both are just have a style that I've always liked. I've always liked the strong style, as it's called. When Shinsuke came to the WWE, and I have a huge hope that we see him on the main roster. As a fan of the WWE, I hope we get to see Nakamura on that main stage roster. Maybe this Sunday. Who knows? Shinsuke is really the one that holds the candle right now for being favorite current wrestler. It's gonna change again, after Shinsuke and everybody who's there right now leaves somewhere down the line. My top 10 anime starts out with one that you, my friend, have actually introduced me to, that being Basilisk. And anybody who doesn't know the anime Basilisk, please go check it out, look it up on YouTube or any other anime provider you may have. If you like anime and you haven't seen Basilisk, go check it out. It is amazing. My number 9 is one that has stuck with me from my childhood, and that is Yu-Gi-Oh! I just recently have started rewatching the first season, and it's still just as much a part of me as it was when I was a kid. It hasn't changed. My heart in the cards has not changed. Number 8, Nanbaka. Anybody who doesn't know what Nanbaka is, well, it's a action comedy anime of 4 prisoners trying to find a way to break out of the inescapable prison. And might I just add this, that prison is one of the coolest prisons I've ever seen, be it in a Hollywood film or an anime, because it's multicolored, it's got a lot of color to it, it's funky looking, it's awesome, and I love everything about it, and the jokes and the movements of the characters in it alone are enough to say, yeah, this is not only awesome, but this is exactly how it could possibly go down in real life. Fun, entertaining, I love it. Number 7, Sword Art Online. For the gamer in me, that's where it caught me at first, was the gamer side of me, because it's VR, MMO, RPG, in anime, virtual reality. You are in there, but if you die in the virtual world, you die in real life. Go back to the Matrix. However, this is a video game, and the first season wasn't as much about that as the second season was, but that's where I kind of caught in on it, and then I went back and I rewatched the first season and got caught up into everything that Sword Art Online is. Fun period. Noragami. Number 6, Noragami. I recently came across this one because, and when I say recently, I mean about, probably about a month ago I came across it, and I know it's been out longer than that, but I just came across it recently, and I just love how unique it is in its own right. Like, each and every anime is unique to itself, but Noragami has humans as that can turn into swords. And the fact that there's a minor god trying to become a true god. Number 5, Kill la Kill. I came in on this one probably halfway through it, much like a lot of these I did. But Kill la Kill, what got me in on that anime was really just the transformation of the girl into the hero, the kind of the anti-hero slash hero, and the fact that the suit she wears talks to her, and it caught me all off guard when I first came in on it. But as I continue to watch it, I got in on it about 2 years ago. I got in on it, and haven't stopped watching it since. It's got a lot of funny moments just as much as heart-stopping action moments where it's like, whoa, and just your mouth drops and it's like, I didn't see that coming. So it's a very good show. Akami ga Kill. anybody either just getting in on anime, I would suggest watching Akame ga Kill. Why would I suggest Akame ga Kill? Because if you want heart pumping action with planning to take down a massive empire in anime, in an anime world, that's exactly the one for you. It's all about an assassin, a part of a secret area of this empire, Night Raid, and she's looking for redemption, more or less, against this empire, along with one other to bring down this empire. And it's a fun two-person against the world type of war. The anime number 3 goes a little bit further, because number 3 is Attack on Titan, and who has, if there's anybody who hasn't heard of this anime, they've been living in a sewer somewhere, because Attack on Titan is literally everywhere. Of course, then again, now that I think about it, my number 1 probably gets heard and talked about more than Attack on Titan, even though Attack on Titan is more recently talked about more than my number 1 anime is. But anyway, it was the perfect timing for this anime to come out, I think. They knew it, they had a feeling, they put it out there, and people ate it up. Also, the game, which I know is basically just the video game version of the anime show, but if you guys want me to play that on my channel, let me know down in the comments down below. I'll be happy to do it. Um, Probably be a long let's play, probably be quite a few episodes, but I'd be willing to do it nonetheless. Because Attack on Titan, I got in on it big time. Like the very first episode I saw, I was in it immediately. It didn't even take that long for me to get into it. I saw 30 seconds of it. 30 seconds, and that's all it took. Of course, my number 1, it only took me 15 seconds to get in on it and stay with it. But my number 2 caught me by surprise, because I everyone has the aesthetic for what an anime looks like. But my number 2 takes that aesthetic away, kind of brings in the stop motion anime, and that is Yamishibai Japanese horror stories. The I saw this anime and I immediately was like, yeah, this is my number 2 favorite, without a shadow of a doubt. Amishibai, I the thing with me is I've always loved the Japanese horror stories, the Japanese horror mythology. I've always had a big respect for it. I've always loved the stories that go with that. With Yamishibai, it has, that and more. It brings so much to the table in 3 to 4 minute episodes. They're not long episodes at all. They're not a half hour or an hour long. They are 3 to 4 minutes. It has that horror aspect, and the way that it's done, the animation style that it's done in, I absolutely love it. It is beautiful. I love it. It's something that I find very cool within the world of anime to have done. But number 1, I don't want them to ever stop making episodes and seasons of this one either, because my number 1, probably to no surprise, is Tokyo Ghoul. If you've been listening to this list, you know that there is kind of a theme that goes on with with the animes that I watch. They have creatures, unique, stylistic views, and just action and comedy that is unmatched. and also heart catching stories as well. And that's exactly what Tokyo Ghoul has. There you go, my top 10 anime, and now you know a little bit more about me. Also, lots of love from America. See ya. But we got one last question here. Floppy hairs. Been watching Dwayne Metal, have you? Yes, I have, Floppy hairs. I've been watching it. I've been watching Dwayne Metal. If you guys have not seen Dwayne Metal stuff and you're trying to learn Japanese like myself, or you are learning Japanese like myself, then go ahead and check out Dwayne Metal stuff. He is perfect for beginners in the Japanese language. In fact, I will go ahead and put the link to his channel down in the description below so you guys can go ahead and check him out. And you're welcome for that. So, yeah, I've been watching Dwayne Metal stuff. It's helped me not only learn some Japanese wording and some more of the Japanese language and help me with my pronunciation of the words, but it's also helped me along the way in understanding a little bit more about baby metal songs, the ones that he talks about at least. He does a very good job in explaining the Japanese language and the Japanese culture, and he does a very good job in helping you understand uh, baby metal in the Japanese culture and what baby metal means not only to the fans of baby metal and their performances of being awesome, but he helps you understand through their music about the culture. And so yeah, go check Dwayne Metal's stuff out. 100th video is in the books. Come on, fellow compumans, don't let me down. Stay with me till the 200th and keep on subscribing. Come on. So yeah, that's going to conclude my 100th video. Been a long talk. It's been fun. If you guys liked me doing this, go ahead and hit that like button. I thank everybody so much for watching. And as I said, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below telling me your top 10 anime. And if you're a WWE fan like myself, then go ahead and tell me your favorite WWE superstar. Also, your favorite baby metal solos. Go ahead and write that down in the comments down below. Always take care of each other. Always live on the edge. And I will see you in that next episode. My family. See ya.